everybody. Today, what you're seeing now is the beginning of a sweater. Now, I have undid this sweater so many times, and this was, I don't know, the third or fourth time that I had undone this sweater. This sweater has been a real challenge for me, but I finally figured it out. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to make this beautiful and lovely sweater. Hello, my lovely crochet people. Today we're going to be making a crochet velvet jacket with Bernat's Velvet Vapor Gray, and this light Bernat's Velvet color. I'm not sure what this is called, but it looks like this, and we're gonna use this for the trim, the outside of the outside of the jacket. So the gray looks like this. This is gray, and this is three of them, I believe. I believe it's three that I have rolled up together. 3 skeets of yarn that I have rolled up together. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need all of this, but I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. So and I have one of these. I have 1 skeet of these. This is just a smaller version for that. So I have enough for what I need. So right here, we're gonna need an H hook, and of course your yarn. You're gonna need 6 buttons, yarn needles, a yarn needle, and scissors. So this right here, I have chained 140 chains. Now this is for me, and in order to find out what your size is, so you make the right fit of a jacket, what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to chain. You can start off with 140 and you chain it, and then you put it around your chest, and it should touch, but it should touch without you having to pull it or stretch it. And that's how you know you have the right size. So this is 140 plus 2, so 142 chains here. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to half double crochet. That's row 2. You're just going to half double crochet all the way to the end. And then I'm going to tell you what to do for the next round, because it's just a half double crocheting. I'm sorry, no, well it is, but it's front post and back post double crochets. So for row 2, it is a half double crochet all the way to the end. I'm using this color. You can use whatever color you like, but I like this, so I'm going to use this. I like the dark and the light, so this is what I am going to use. So I'm just going to bring that in like that, and I'm just going to half double crochet all the way to the end. Now once you are done half double crocheting to the end, for rows 3 through 6, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to front post and back post, and you're just going to repeat it for rows 3 through 6. You're going to go ahead and do that, and then once that is done and we get back, then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I went ahead and I started on rows 7 through 30, which is just a simple chain 1 and 1 half double crochet to the end. This is when I started it, and then this right here would be the finished row 7 through 30. So this is what you should have once you finish row 7 through 30. All right, so now that I am done with rows 7 through 30, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to our sides, and our sides will be row 30 to 53, which you will where's my crochet hook? Okay, you will chain 1, which is right here. We're chaining 1, And I have went ahead and I have counted out my 35 stitches. We're gonna do half double crochet to we're gonna have double crochet in 35 stitches. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and you're just gonna go back and forth until you get from row 31 to 53, and these are our sides. And the same thing you do on this side, you will have to repeat for our other side over here. So we're chaining one, and we're gonna half double crochet back and forth until we have reached rows 53. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do that off camera, and when I get back I will show you what you need to do next. Okay, this is rows 31 through 53, and this is what you should have so far. Okay, so now we went ahead and we finished rows 31 to 53, and now we're going to move on to row 54. Now, for row 54, we are going to do all of our decreases on this side. So this is the part that you would right here would be your armhole, and then here would be the you know, this would be where your jacket splits, or where you would button it up rather. So we want to have a V-neck. We don't want a square going across our neck. So we're going to have a V-neck, and we're going to need to decrease in order for that to happen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to decrease on both sides. So for row 54, you're going to chain one, you're going to decrease, you're going to half double crochet to the last two, and then you're going to decrease again. And you're going to continue to do this from rows 55 to 65. It's just going to be 10 rows of decreasing on each side. So you're just going to repeat row 54, which is you're going to chain one. So right here, I'm going to chain one, then I'm going to turn my work like this, and I'm just going to come here and do my decrease. Then I'm going to go ahead and half double crochet till I get to the very last two stitches. Okay, so I have one more stitch, and then here are my last two stitches. So I'm just going to go into those last two stitches, and I'm just going to decrease. And then you're going to turn it back around, you're going to chain one, and you're going to repeat what we just did. You're going to decrease, and you're going to half double crochet till you get to the last two and decrease again. And you're going to do this for 10 rows. So from row 55, which is what I just did, to row 65. And then once you are finished, you're going to finish off, you're going to end it, you're going to leave a long tail for sewing, and then you're going to do the exact same thing that you did here over here on the other side so we can have two matching pairs. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do that off camera, and then when we get back, we'll start on the back part of this jacket. Okay, so now that we have actually finished row 55.
Okay, so once you have finished row 55 to 65, you should have something that looks like this.
The back part of this jacket. Now that we have our sides, let's move on to the back part. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on, you can start on either side, it doesn't matter. And what we're going to do is we're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go into, we're going to join our yarn to the 4th stitch. And I'm going to make a simple slip stitch. And I'm going to count that as my chain 1. And I'm going to go ahead and go back into that same spot and do a half double crochet. And then I'm just going to half double crochet to the other end and until I am 3 stitches away from the other side over here. And once I'm 3 stitches away, I'm going to stop. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to half double crochet all the way to the other side.
Pack your bags, I got a one-way ticket to explore the world tonight. I want you back, so come with me.
Okay, so now that I have actually went ahead and crocheted to the other side, I have 3 stitches here that I'm just going to skip those. So I'm going to chain 1, and now I'm going to turn my work, and now I'm just going to go ahead and half double crochet all the way to the other end. And I'm going to continue to do this from rows 32. This would be row 32 because we're starting back way back down here. So this is row 32 to 65. And you're just going to continue this all the way to row 65, which should match up with the side here. It should match, it should be the same height as the rest of the jacket. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then once I get done, I will come back and show you what we're going to do next.
Don't look back, I want to show you the wonders of the universe.
Okay, so I went ahead and I finished the back part of our jacket, which was row 32 to 65, and I did finish it off right here. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to fold the jacket over, and you want to line up your pieces here. You want to line them up like this, and since I have a long tail here, or you could have ended with a long tail too. So since I have this long tail here, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go in. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to pull it through like that. And then I'm going to go back into that same stitch and make a, oh, nope, we're going to make a slip stitch. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to make slip stitches all the way across, just lining up the stitches for stitch to stitch. That's what we're doing. Just going to line them up. There we go. And then there we go. goes there. And this is our last one. And we'll take and we'll pull that through and pull it tight. And then at the end, I will sew that in. We actually don't need this other one. I'll just cut it down and sew that in later. Now I'm gonna come over to the other side, and I'm gonna have to turn my work. Actually, go ahead and turn our work, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did on that side. So I'm gonna find the end here, this, and I'm gonna go through the other one. I'm gonna pull it through, and then I'm just gonna do a slip stitch. Or, well, that's kind of like a chain. Let's go back through it, and then do the slip stitch. There. Now, I'm just gonna go stitch for stitch here. There we go. And then this one is stitch for stitch. I'll do this all the way till I get to the end. So that goes there. This goes here. Uh-oh. This one may be too short. Oh no, please don't be too short. I got like 2 more. Ooh, please don't be too short. I got like just a tiny itty bitty one. Can we make it? Oh no, can we make it? I don't think we can make it. Oh, we can make it. And I can just pull it through. Yes, I had just enough. How about making sure that you have enough left on tail? I thought mine was long enough. Okay, so there. Now I have done that, and now we have our this is like a vest actually. So, and if you want, you can also sew up some of these sides. If these sides are too wide for you or too big, you can always just sew them up some. So you can take some yarn and you can just sew it together like this. If you want to make the arm, see, just a tad bit smaller. And I think that's what I will do. So I'm gonna take and make a slip knot. And see, I would just actually have to turn this. So I turn it like this. Then I would just take right here and I would just do a slip stitch until I felt that the hole was not so big.
Take my hand and you will see. We've got.
So now I'm just going to clip that. There we go, and see, and then I'll just sew these ends in later. And then I will turn it around. Actually, I'll turn it like this so I can be on the right side. Okay, so, where is it? I lost it. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. I thought I lost it for a minute. Okay, so here's the other side, and I'm doing the same thing. Make me a slip knot there. Fold these together, and now I'm going to try and eyeball this. Where's the other side? Okay, and make them the same length, because if I don't, then it's gonna look really weird. Okay, so let's just make that slip stitch. I'm just gonna keep making slip stitches. Okay, there we go. There we go. I don't think I'm there yet. Okay, let's see. Let's see, how far did I go? Because if I line them up like this, then I can tell. Line it up just like that. I think I did like one more. Where is it? Oh, okay. So one more. There. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cut that. Then gonna tighten up, and I'll sew those in later. Now I'm gonna take this. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna take this, and we will simply put this to the side, and see, you can't really even tell. Okay, so this is now a cute little vest. So next we have to do is the arms, but what we will do is we're not going to start here and do the arms. What we're going to do is we're going to do the arms separately, and then we will sew it. So this right here gets laid to the side. Okay, let's lay that to the side. Now, let me get out the ball. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so here is our new color we're going to be using. And for this one, we're going to make, you need to do this twice. So whatever we do here, you're going to have to do again. So you can make two sleeves. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our slip knot. Now, what you need to do is you need to chain as many chains to make the chain go around your wrist. But you want to make sure that it is loose enough for you to get your arm through and it's not too tight. I did 42 chains, so I'm going to go ahead and do those 42 chains. Okay, so this is my 42 stitches. And if I put this here and I put them end to end, I have enough room in there. See? This big space, a big hole for me to get my arm in and out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to join them, but you want to make sure, and it's really hard with this yarn because of all the fluff, you want to make sure that you do not twist this yarn. And it's really hard to tell if you're twisting it or not. I'm going to go ahead and try my best not to twist it. And it's really hard to see where the thing is. Okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. I think I got it. Ah, there we go. See? I got it. I got it. Let's just join it with the slip stitch. There we go. And there's the start of our sleeve here. Now, what we want to do is we want to half double crochet in each stitch here. Wait, I think it goes this way. I really hope I'm not twisting this. Okay. So once you get the half double crochets going, it won't be so hard anymore.
Or surfing waves into the night on the beaches of Hawaii. Drinks in Ibiza, anywhere you wanna go, baby, you just let me know. Sunny Indonesia.
Okay, so now that I've actually finished, now we're going to join right here at the end, and this is the last time Well, this is the last time we'll join. Okay, so now we're for rows 3 through 7. We're going to front post and back post. So you're gonna yarn over and you're just gonna go through this first one and then come out, and we're going to front post double crochet, and then for the next one we're gonna go in the back and we're gonna back post, and that's front post and back post double crochets all the way around for rows 3 through 7. So I am gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and then when I get back I will tell you what we do next. I went ahead and I finished rows 8 to 14, and you should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do row 15. Row 15, we're going to half double crochet in the next 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, that's 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, this is 19, and 20. And then we're going to half double crochet. We're gonna put 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. So that was 1 and 2. And then we're just gonna repeat that all the way to the end.
Sipping on tequila, anything you wanna see, be there in a heartbeat. Just say the words and we can go.
Okay, so now that I have went ahead and I have finished row 15. Now we're going to go ahead and do row 16 and 19, which is simply just 1 half double crochet all the way around. And I finished rounds 16 to 19. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do rounds. We're gonna do round 20, and round 20 we're just going to half double crochet in the next 20 stitches, and then we're gonna put 2 half double crochets in the stitch after that. So that's 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and our very last one is right here, 21. And then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. And what we're doing is we're just increasing, you know how when you go up your arm is small at the wrist, but it starts to increase and get bigger and bigger until it gets to the shoulder. So what we're doing is increasing so that our sleeve matches that, and it's not tight as it goes up. Because if it's too tight, then, you know, it'll be just uncomfortable. So we're going to go ahead and do the last little bit, which is half double crochet in the next 21. And then you put 2 half double crochet in the stitch after that.
Baby, so live it up, take it one day at a time. Keep it shining like the stars we see above. I wanted to be here by my side.
Okay, so now that we've finished round 20, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do round 21 to 24, which are just going to simply half double crochet in each stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish these rounds off camera, and then when I get back, I'll show you what you need to do next. Oh my god. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished rounds 21 to 24. Now we're going to go ahead and do round 25. At round 25, we're going to half double crochet in the next 23, and then 2 half double crochet after that. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, let's see, 17, 18, this is 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And then we're going to put 2 half double crochets. And then we're just going to repeat that one more time all the way around. Finished round 25, we're going to go ahead and do round 26 to 53, which is just a simple half double crochet all the way around. Now you're going to half double crochet until the arm reaches your armpit. My rounds will be from row 26 to 53, but if yours go past that, if you have longer arms, then you want to continue to keep going until it gets up to your armpit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this part off camera, and when I get back, I'll show you what we need to do next. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished rounds 26 to 53, and it does go up to my armpit, so, and it fits comfortably. It's not tight or anything like that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do rounds. Oh no, we're going to do row. This is where we do rows, and we're going to do row 52 now, and we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we are going to do, we're going to turn, we're just going to turn the other way, and you're going to do, you're going to half double crochet in the next 25 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, this is 17, 18, 19, and this is 20, and then we have 21, 22, 23, 24, and our very last one is 25. And we're going to stop right there, and we're going to chain. This is going to be row, we're going to go ahead and do row 53 now. We're going into row 53, and this is a repeat row. So you're going to chain 2, you're going to turn your work, and you're going to do a decrease right here, and then we're going to half double crochet to the very last 2 stitches, and you're going to do another decrease. Okay, so here are my last 2 stitches, and we do not need this stitch marker anymore. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do my decrease. There we go. There's a decrease, and then I'm going to repeat row 53. I'm going to repeat it until I only have 1 little stitch left. So I'm just going to keep decreasing at each end of my arm until I have 1 little stitch left. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this up off camera. Now, once you're done doing this part and you have 1 stitch, what you want to do is you want to leave a very, very long tail so that you can sew it on to the rest of your jacket. And then remember, you need to make another one of these. So I'm going to do that part off camera. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and once I'm done, I'm going to make my other arm, and then once I'm done with that, I'll show you how to sew the arms onto the jacket.
My tropical love.
Okay, so I went ahead and I finished my arms, and to start our sew on, or you can crochet it on, you want to, the first thing you want to do is you want to turn your jacket inside out. So all these little ends that you have to sew in later or weave in later, you want that to be on the outside, so that when you sew it or crochet it, all of this will be on the inside of your jacket. So now what we're going to do is you're going to take this here. This is how the jacket is, and this part goes up onto the shoulder. It goes right here on the tip. like that. And that's how you want the whole thing to go together. So now you can sew this, which you would just weave in and out, or you can crochet it, which is something I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to start, actually, take this, and we're going to do like this together, and I'm just going to pull it through like that, and I'm just going to chain one just like that. And you're just going to, you want to just slip stitch all the way around. Or, like I said again, you can just sew it together. So you just want to go stitch for stitch. Let's see. Okay. There we go. And that would be right here, I think. Yes. Okay. And you want to do this to the other side too.
To be here by my side, my tropical love. I wanted to be here by my side, my tropical love.
All right, so now that I've finished putting on the arms and I've turned the jacket right side out, and as you can see, it looks nice. Here's the arm. It's been attached. It looks really nice, and all the stuff is on the inside. See there? Okay, so now the last thing we have to do is we have to do our edging here, and not the last thing, the second to the last thing, because we still have to add our buttons. So the last thing, the second to the last thing we're going to do is put our edging on. So now I'm going to go ahead with the silver color here, right here. Here's our color. I'm going to make a slip knot, and I am going to attach this to the corner. You can attach it to either corner, and it doesn't matter if your jacket is inside out or right side out, because we're going to be doing these front post and back post along the coat. We're just going to start from either end of the jacket. We're going to go all the way up and around the neck and back down to the other corner. So you're just going to make a slip knot, and you want to add your yarn right down here, and you want to try to do a half. We're going to do half double crochets all the way to the other side, and then we'll turn and go back. So right here, I'll bring this over. I'm going to count this as a chain because I added it by doing a slip stitch. So I'm going to go back into that same space and make a half double crochet. And then I'm just going to try to evenly work my way across this on over to, not to, but around, all around the whole jacket. There we go, see? There's that part. And then we will just start normally right here. And since I know these are not regular stitches, what you want to do is go into each row. So each row is going to kind of be your stitch. It's going to kind of guide you. There we go. Just go each row.
Fires movement so graceful, wildcat in the jungle with dangerous claws. Movement she anticipates, a sight is set on her prey. Like stars in the darkest night, crystallize, fascinate. If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way. Run, run, run away. Crystallize, 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 watching her prey. Crystallize, 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 fascinate.
Okay, so I did the half double crochet all the way around to the other side of the jacket, and I really like it. I think it's really nice. Now what we're gonna do is at the other end here, you're gonna chain one, and then what you're gonna do is you're just going to do a front post double crochet, and then you're gonna do a back post double crochet. And you're gonna do this all the way to the other end. And we're going to do this twice. So this will be the first one, and then we'll do a second one. And then we'll go ahead and we will sew on our buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish this up off camera, and then when I get back I will show you how to sew on your buttons. And I finished my front post and back post, and I'll show you that. So here is the front post and the back post. Going out, weave this in later. So now what I wanted to do was I wanted to show you the buttons. So I went and I bought just some of these buttons from Joanna Fabrics, and if you want to get the exact buttons I have, then I'll put a link in the description for you to get that. But these are the buttons that I went and got, and they look like this. Okay, so they look like this, and I'm not sure if you can see that because it's a really light white on it. I couldn't exactly find the buttons that I wanted, so after I bought the buttons, I actually went and got these graphic pens, which really didn't cost much. I think they were like $6, and you get 4 of them in here. And I also got these from Joanna Fabrics too. And I'm using this 4.0 graphic pen, and I just went over it like this to bring out the actual pattern that's on it. And I thought this was a little too light, so I went over it a second time, and it actually came out the way I wanted it to, which is really nice. And since I myself thought that this was a little bit plain, I went ahead and I just used some coloring pencils, and I actually gave it some color. So I really like this, and I'm going to use this for my buttons. Now you don't have to do this, you don't have to get the same buttons as me. Of course, you can just do whatever you want, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up because I still have a few of these to do. So I'm just gonna go over this one more time like I did on the other ones. I'm gonna try to make them all look the same.
She anticipates no chance if you become prey. 2 stars in the darkest night, her crystallized fascinate. Her movements she feels, your heartbeat and animal fear. Her beauty is unreal, just be feet out of here.
If you wanna stay alive,
finished all of my little 6 buttons here. They're all colored and darkened in and everything, and I think they look really nice. I'm gonna start with this one, the first one, and we're gonna start. Now this is the neck, and we're gonna start right down here where I think the first button should be put right here. So I'm gonna put them along this side. So right here, and your buttons are going to be buttoned in these holes here. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the back. Actually, we should put it down first. Should put it down like this, the way you want it. I think this is fine, and I'm going to go through the back first. If I can find it. Oh, okay, there we go. And I'm going to pull it, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through. And I just have me a really long piece of yarn. There we go. Okay. So I'm not going to pull it all the way. Right here, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to tie a little knot. And I'm going to do that twice. And this is just so that it doesn't come out when I pull it. I think that's good enough. If not, I might have to make another one. But yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm just going to go back in. And I'm just going to now I didn't confuse myself because I pulled it. Okay, there we go. I pulled that along by accident. Okay, so there. So it should look like something like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep going in and out. And try not to get anything tangled up. Okay, so see, there we go. And then this will be the second time I've went through the loop. There we go. And I think I'll do one more. And then I'll tie off once I come back around. Okay. There we go. And then this is the last one. We go through here like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to take and kind of go through some of the stuff on the back if I can get it through. There we go. Kind of try to secure the button on there. There we go. Now you don't want to pull all the way, because then you're going to take and you're going to put your yarn through that loop. You're going to pull it through, but don't pull all the way. Then you're going to take your yarn and go through that loop. And now, this is where you can pull all the way. Okay. There we go. Hold on. See, I'm getting twisted here. Okay, so push it down. And there we go. It's all secured and everything, and our button is on. Now we just want to take some of the yarn and kind of weave it through in the inside, through some of the loops, just to hide some of it before we do the next one. All right, there. Now we just take our scissors, give it a good cut. And there is our first button. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a knot in this now. Uh-oh. There we go. And I'm going to take my next button. I'm going to place it where I think it should go. Okay. So here's the first button up here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe on the 8th one, like that. If I do it like that, I might not need as many buttons. Or you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can always do 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be 6. So you can do it 4, or you know what? You can do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you do 5, then you put all 6 buttons. So 5 posts apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one is where you will put your button. So you're gonna go ahead. And you want to make sure. Oh, I guess it really doesn't. You want to make sure they're all. Well, I was gonna say you want to make sure that they're all the same, facing the same way, but you also don't have to. I really don't think it matters. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna put them on there. All right.
If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way. Run, run, run away. Crystallize, 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 watching her prey. Crystallize, 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 fascinate.
Okay, so I went ahead and I finished up my buttons and I think they look great. Now, what I'm going to do, and at this point, you're pretty much done. You can weave in your ends, and that's it. I'm going to do a little bit more. So if you feel like this is it, you're happy with your jacket, then you can end the video and stop here. But I like this here on the ends. So I want to put that around the edges and around the bottom of the sleeves, so it can all look the same. So I want to not half double crochet, but maybe single crochet all around as soon as I can find my hook, which seems to be missing. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to start. I want it to continue all around, so I'm going to start here. So I'm going to make my slip knot just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and add it right here. I'm just going to add with this slip stitch, and then I'm going to go ahead and single crochet. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And I'm going to, on the corners here, because I want it to stay like a corner, I think I'll put 2 single crochets in the corner. So that's 1, and then we'll do another one. And then here, there we go. Maybe, yeah, that's good. And then just continue on through the top of these stitches. And I'm going to go all the way to the other end of the jacket right here, and I'm going to stop right here so it can go ahead and look like it went all the way around. And then I'm going to join my yarn over here. Doesn't really matter where, but I'm going to join my yarn here, and I'm going to go around, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other sleeve. And then I think I'll be done with this.